Let's start with you. Let's create your 2021 pest control internet marketing plan so we can make your 2021 the best year ever. Let's face it, running a pest control business is hard, right? I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. You wear too many hats, the stress can keep you up at night. And without a clear plan, you can easily waste a lot of money and hurt your bottom line. You need clear goals to stay on track. As Brian Tracy once said, success is goals. All else is commentary. And I'll tell you, I found that in my life. And I feel that goals are so important. Unless we have a clear target of where we're going, it's really hard to hit that target. So let's talk about what are your goals for 2021? What is your revenue growth target? How much is that monthly? So we start with that annual revenue target, and then we break that down into a monthly target. And then we need to look at what is your average transaction value. Now, I realize in pest control that can vary widely. Now, so what I like to do is look at an average, so for example, let's say you have a big bed bug job or a termite job might be a couple $1,000. Whereas an annual pest control contract might be, a few $100. So what we do is kind of look for an average in that. And then what we want to do is find out how many jobs will that require. And we'll also need to know what your average conversion rate is from that lead, that call that comes in to that booked job. Okay. Then what we're going to do is divide the number of jobs you need by your conversion rate. So let's go through this process just with a hypothetical. Now, this hypothetical is not going to be exactly like your situation, but it'll give you an idea of how to go through the process. So let's say your annual revenue growth target was $1 million. Okay. So monthly, that's $84,000. Now let's assume that your average transaction value is $500. I found for a lot of pest control companies, that's about right. That would require 168 jobs at $500 per. And then when we look at if your average conversion rate from that lead to the book job is 50%, so in other words, that either that contact form lead, which they tend to be a little bit lower, or that phone call coming in, which tends to be a little bit higher, you average all those out and you go from that call, for example, to all the way, yeah, they said, yes, let's definitely do the service, and they actually hired you. About 50% we find is pretty typical. Maybe yours is a bit higher. Then we want to divide the number of jobs you need by that conversion rate, and you find that you would need an additional 336 leads per month to make that kind of growth. So let's think about what is your revenue goal for 2021. And this is kind of where that workbook will come into handy. It'd be good to just have a goal and then go through that process, and so that you can figure out how many leads are you going to need every month to get there. Okay.